I want to tell you about a problem that our economy is facing currently. It has to do with the student debt crisis. As you know, the student debt crisis has become really big, and it costs our economy $1.2 trillion in total debt currently. That is the amount that still needs to be paid back, that has not been paid back. That's more than credit card debt in the United States. 7 out of 10 recent graduates have debt in the amount of $30,000 or more, according to projectstudentdebt.org. And it takes, on average, 15 years to pay back student debt, according to a Pinterest infographic. Which delays marriage, buying a house. Many go back to live with their parents until 30, and it affects the ability to go back to school for higher education, which would lead to a better job. And it just puts a drain on the economy. People are less willing to spend. 37 million student loan borrowers are currently, they have about $30,000 in debt, and they're paying it back. And the another big thing that hurts the economy with that is that, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, they found that 44% of recent graduates, those ages 22 to 27 with a BA or higher, are underemployed, which means they're making about $15,000 or less per year, according to Slate. And so what you have is college students, 70% coming out of college with $30,000 in debt, and within the first 2 years are not able to get a job that pays $30,000 to $40,000. So they're coming out making maybe $15,000 or less for the first 2 to 10 years, and because of the bad state of our economy. So the college degree no longer secures you a full-time job making $60,000 a year. And the college degree is no longer worth what it once was. And so we have to ask ourselves, what does that mean for the economy? And should school cost that much money in the first place? And should employers help people go back to school? And should people get a college degree anyway? And how are people going to be employed? Those are questions to be answered, but the biggest thing now is what to do about the student debt problem. The $1.2 trillion, $30,000 per person for about 37 million recent graduates, and for 70% of the graduates each year from now into the future, who also will not be finding jobs. So we need to do something about it now. And this is a way that we can rally together, raise money, and see if capitalism will work here. See if we can raise money voluntarily from people and raise $1 million. And then from there, raise more. The point of this campaign is to see if people have interest in helping American people. To see if we will rally together as American people to help solve this big national debt problem of the student debt. I believe if students had their debt paid for, they would be more easily find jobs. They would find a way to be useful in the economy. Maybe they would go back to grad school and then go on to get a job, because many employers now require an MBA. But it's still an issue that needs to be solved one way or the other, whether the government forgives student loans entirely, whether they allow students to pay back those student loans over like 50 years and really not have to pay it, or whether they reduce the cost of public school tuition to a more reasonable rate of $5,000 a year or $3,000 a year. Or whether we solve the problem like this, just by raising money. American people, helping students. So I ask you to join me and let's tackle this problem together and make a difference for America and for our students.